Hey, welcome back. This is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com, and today we're doing the Pomodoro test. We're going to do this dating tip in 5 minutes or less, give or take. I always try and make them quick, but hey, curiosity is the start of all real discovery in the world. And today we're going to get curious about a man's ego and 3 ways to understand him and why he pulls away. So let's jump right into it. You got to keep in mind that for a man, his ego enables him to do all the things that guys do well. You know, we overcome challenges and hurdles. We dominate our environment. He lets the women and children go first. A woman can defend herself from an attacker, but a guy walking next to her will keep her from feeling that fear in the first place. He's quiet when there's nothing to be said, and he takes action. Now, I'm not trying to be a misogynist by saying any of that. I'm simply pointing out a man's strengths, because it's important to understand that a man's ego isn't what you think it is. This is number 1 on the list. A man's ego is extremely fragile. His ego is the structure around which he builds his feelings of competence and purpose in the world. And a man's ego is not what he actually thinks of himself. Oh, I know. It seems like guys have this inflated self-opinion of themselves. They do all the mansplaining, all that stuff. In reality, it's kind of an act that guys put on. It's a mutually agreed upon act that we use to get on with the business of life and to put out the impression that we have self-confidence, which in many cases we do. You see, a man's heart is extremely vulnerable to a woman. You don't know how vulnerable a guy is, because if a man puts himself out there for a woman and she unintentionally sticks a pin in that balloon, he's not going to come back to her with love anymore. In fact, that's when he starts pulling away from her. Understanding man number 2 is why he grows cold and pulls away from you, and he disconnects. So you see, while a woman opens up her heart by sharing her feelings, a man will open up his heart by sharing his intentions and his purpose in life, or at least the way he sees it right then. Attention, here's an eye-opening and really brilliant example. A man will say something like, someday I'd really like to open a dojo and maybe teach the martial arts to people. Now, the woman thinks, oh boy, another one of his harebrained schemes. Seriously? So what does she say? She says something like, well, that's kind of irresponsible to our family, isn't it? I mean, how do you expect to make money at that? Come on, honey, you haven't even gotten your black belt yet. She tries to soften a little bit at the end, but it's a little too late. Now he thinks, ouch, I thought she had my back. Now she's just shot down my idea, my dream. Even if it wasn't that serious, that stung. Now men interpret words literally. Irresponsible is like a punch in the groin to him. So watch out for shooting down the things he says. He might just be coming up with these little dreams, but they're important to him to be able to voice and to put out there. Understanding man number 3 is that a man's built-in purpose is to please women. You ever wonder why guys throughout history have worked so hard to impress women? We build big buildings and carve statues. We hunt big game. We puff up our chests and we show off. It's all because we have this built-in part of us that needs to do things. You see, men aren't human beings. We're human doings. It's how we're wired. Men will work very, very hard for your approval and acceptance. We need to please you and to feel good about ourselves, basically. It's kind of crazy sounding, but it's true. So the key to getting a man to stay with you is to give him the ability to please you, to make you happy. Mind you, this isn't about you chasing him and trying to meet his every man-boy need. It's about letting him work for you. You see, the problem is when a man doesn't seem to respond to her, she then tries to get him to connect by force of conversation or other methods. And finally, she starts to reverse the chasing. She starts to run after him. It doesn't work like that. Yes, approval seeking is always unattractive. It doesn't matter who is doing it, the man or the woman. But you have to understand that men do what they do, including the crazy stuff that you can't stand, just to get your approval and your acceptance. And you got to face it, few women give men the opportunity to be men these days. It's extremely awkward for a man to get what he wants in this new politically correct zone of behavior. So before I get too ranty, I'm going to close this message right there. Now, I hope you're going to be able to take this new understanding and create more compassion in your relationship for your man and for yourself. Okay, the Pomodoro timer says it's time to get back to your day and, well, get back to your dating. This is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com, and if you want more great tips on how to make a man attracted to you, go to the link you see below this video, or just go on over to datingadviceguru.com/irresistible. That's datingadviceguru.com/irresistible, where I'll show you how to make the man you want you. I'll be talking again soon. As always, live and love with passion.